welcome everybody, welcome. Happy Thursday of September 28th, 2023. This is going to be a very fantastic reading of it. Enjoy about what's going on, what's happening. Enjoy because, this is how it seems to be. I think in my own possible way is that we look to attend to do something. We always have a good way. We might have a bad day. We might have a good day. It all depends on how the energies go. However, is that this is seems to be very interesting of how it's going to be looking at it. I know that there is a way of how you could understand of how it is, right? Um, but in a way of how to be remembered and understanding about how that possibility is, you have to engage about that. You have to believe in what you're looking for, right? Um, you have to have a step in your own direction. That's how it seems to be. But that's how it is. You have to enjoy of what's going on, enjoy of how it seems to be, and that's how it is. So, without further ado, without any question, we're going to get started and let's see how it is. So here we go. So this is basically a 5 card reading. Basically we have 5 cards in this reading. We have one, two, three, four, five. Yeah. So we have that. But we're going to look at this to see what's going on. So let's see. We have the High Priestess is upright. We have the Sun reversed. Oh boy. We have the Ten of Cups is upright. We have the Two of Cups is upright, and we have the Two of Wands is upright. Okay, so this is between Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. So basically, this is how it is. But when you have the Sun card reversed, there's something very interesting. It's very different. It's very, you know. So that's just how it seems to be. But this is not over yet. This is not over yet. Let's see what's the opposite of that card. You have the King of Fire is motivation, idealistic, ambitious, charismatic. Focus, focus, focus. Communication. Communicate with vision and be a leader. Advice from someone creative. That's how it seems to be, right? It represents Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. This is how it seems to be. It's where you have to progress about your own way of how it is, right? It's simple as that. It's simple as how you can believe in what you're looking for. It's that simple, right? If you are getting along with a friend, you are getting along with it. But when you're not getting along with a friend, it's like you're saying your apology is accepted. You're saying sorry because you did something wrong, right? Now it's that simple where it's very it's very interesting, right? It's basically how you're trying to believe on what you're looking for. If you have a way of how you can try to communicate with a friend, go ahead, communicate with your friend. But in a way about how that is, you have to believe on what you can believe on. It's that simple. Now, these things might be happening. This might be a very interesting way, but it's not over yet. You have to believe in what's going on. It's almost like a two-way street, but it's not really a two-way street. It's that simple, right? And because when you think about that, you have to believe on what's happening. You have to look for ways of how you can consider your own direction, your own dimension, your own way. And when you think about it, you think about, okay, well, I want to do this. I want to see if I'm going to be exactly what I'm looking for. It's that simple, right? It's that way. It's that way of how you can say to yourself, saying, okay, well, I want to do this. I want to understand how it seems to be. And when you think about it, you do, right? It's that simple. So overall, we're going to look at what's behind this way, right? I know you're going to see it and say, why that this is a very interesting odd reading. It is an odd reading, but this is how it's going to be. It's that simple of how it's going to be. Um, and this is how I just added two more cards here. So let's see, we have this one on the left side. So we have, okay, so we have Four of Swords reversed, followed by the Five of Cups. So that represents Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer in that situation. So this represents all water signs, but it's between that where it's between fire and water at the same time, right? It's that simple. Now, the Four of Swords reversed means you're not be resting right now. You have all these situations of how it is, right? So now you think, okay, well, let's see what's going on with this one. You have the Nine of Earth is enjoying life's little luxury, spending a quiet time alone, successful self-employment. So that represents Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. So, in this situation, whether it is good or bad, you have to figure out where, okay, spending time quiet, quiet time alone, that's fine. But when you think about it, you have to engage with what's going on. You have to see it as you believe it. You can understand of your qualities, your ways of how you can feel, the way how you act, right? And that's how it seems to be. But when you think about it, you think that, okay, well, I'm getting this done. I know what I'm going to be expected. That's just how it seems to be. But you have to believe on what's going on. Seeing is believing. Believing is seeing. And when you do that, you have to understand that you can do this as long as you need to. Right? It's that simple. Put in a step in the right direction. It's the same way as it is, right? And this is not over yet about this reading. You have to figure out where, if you are communicating with a friend, go ahead. If you are having a great time, go ahead. But remember that you have to believe on what's happening. Believing is that way of how you could do it as long as you need to. It's that simple, right? You have to have your own progression, your own ability of having reliability on someone else. But you have to engage that when you have communication, you are communicating. Communicating is a good way of communicating with others. And there's no exception, but you have to remember that things must be going in the right direction, and they are. You just have to figure it out. You have to have a basic outlook and say, okay, I know what Zoe Alex is talking about. That's how it seems to be. But you know that when there are things that you must learn, you have to remember that. That's how it seems to be. You have to look at that. Look at it as a great way, a great own method, and enjoy about what's happening. It's that simple, right? So let's see what's going on. So when you think about this is how it seems to be. So now we're going to look at all the upright cards versus the two reverse cards. And let's see. And then we're going to do the oracle cards, and then we're going to see that. All right, so we have these two reverse cards. So I'll put them over here. Okay, so let's see. We have the High Priestess is upright. We have the Two of Cups is upright. We have the Five of Cups is upright. Two of Wands is upright. Right? We have Ten of Cups is upright. King of Fire and Nine of Earth. Alright? Now we're going to think, okay, well, why we have the Four of Swords reversed, and why we have the Sun card reversed. And that is simple. Well, let's see. What's opposite of that card? What's opposite of that card? We have Eight of Fire is events moving at a fast pace, delays are over, many things happening at once. That represents Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. And this one over here, Two of Fire, is you have come into your own new partnerships or contracts. Continue to move forward, right? That's how it seems to be. So that represents Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. So it seems to be that note of how you can use this as clarification. It's that simple. But you must remember that if there's many things happening at once, then go ahead, right? So when you think about that, that's how it is, right? So we have to see, we have to believe, we have to enjoy of what's happening. Um, it's that simple, right? So let's see. Now let's see what the oracle cards are saying. I reshuffled these, so let's see. Let's see. What are these? These three oracle cards that I'm going to put, and then let's see. So I'll put them in the middle over here. Put them over here, and I'll put them over here. Okay, so let's see about this, shall we? We have the abundance. I'm a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. So you have money that's coming in. As simple as that, right? That's basically a good way. Second oracle, guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. Yeah, that's how it seems to be for that one. And this one over here, it says blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. So this is how I kind of impose, where this is simple as that. It's that gratification where you let things go, you decide of what you're looking for. It's basically that. But when you think about that, you think of, okay, well, why there's something wrong? Why is there anything that is possibility? And when you think about it, you think, okay, well, I get this right, I get this wrong. And when you think about it, you think about how that is, right? It's that simple. And when I consider this as a well-known reading, it's that simple as a way of how it is, right? This is a way of how you can understand what's going on. You can understand about what's happening. You understand about the way of how it feels, the way how you acting, the way how you understand what's going on. And when you see it as having guilt or being blamed or having abundance, you basically have that way of understanding of, okay, well, who's doing this? You have the 5 W's. You have who, what, where, when, why, and sometimes how in that situation. So when you think about it, you think that, okay, well, everything seems to be okay. Is that simple where things can go from right to left and left to right? But you have to figure that out. You have to figure that, okay, well, I want to see this. I want to believe in what's happening. I want to understand if this is a good way, if this is a good outcome, if this is a good underway. And, it's simple as that. But you have to understand that when you think and believe about what's happening, you have to understand that you have to believe that this is a two-way direction. And you have to think about, okay, well, if I'm going right, I'm going left, or I'm going straight, whatever it is. You have to think about the way how you feel, the way how you act, the way how your emotions are. You have to understand that, because when friends become as they normally would, they seem to be how they can interact with each other. And when they do, they say, okay, well, I want to do whatever I can. It's basically that simple of how it is. You have to believe on what you're looking for. And when I think about this, it's that simple of knowing and being that way of how everything is, and everything seems to be all great and dandy. Because when I think about it, you have to believe in what it is, because you have, okay, so I'll put these cards in the up in the at the back of the situation here. Basically, what happens is you have the experience, life experience, uh, you have that leads to change, time to spread your wings. You have that as the bottom card, and then you have basically the Queen of Waters. There, you have the World. You have the Seven of Fire. Like you have all these cards here. Like you have basically these. And when you think about that, you think, okay, well, I want to see what's going on, right? Like if you have the Devil reversed, you have the Six of Pentacles, you know, upright, you have the Magician, right? You see these cards. You see that, okay, well, this is the wrong way of doing it. This is how I don't want to do this anymore. You have to see it as a way of how you can understand about what's happening. And it's true. You have to believe on what's happening in that direction. It's that simple, where you have to take a side of whether what's happening, and you have to have a way of how you can manifest your own way, right? It's that simple. And you have to believe on what's happening. It's that way of how you could be courteous, be nice, be welcomed, be sincere. um, think about how you can do this. You can do it on your way of how it is. You have to believe on what's happening, you know and when friends get along with each other, and they get to understand of what's happening with another friend, right? If you have two friends and there's a friend that's in the middle, and I'm going to call it as monkey in the middle, yeah, it's funny. But when you do that, you're passing, you know a basketball. Like, let's say you had that, and you're passing it from one person to other person. Well, how would it make it feel by the middle person, right? It's not doing anything, right? It's alone. It has no one to be with. It's that simple, right? Now you have to believe that if you step in the right direction, and you make from a stranger that will come into a friend, whether if it's a girlfriend, if it was a boy as a friend, whatever it is, it's that simple, where you can get things done in order to do with it. Because if you think, and if you believe on spending quiet time alone, that's fine. If you're feeling guilty, if you're feeling blame, if you have abundance, take it as what this reading brings you. Because, as a matter of fact, you believe on what's happening. Believing as that way of how you can do it, believe about what's happening, because when it seems to be that, enjoy about this way. Enjoy about what's happening, because this is a very way of how it is. Experiencing that you can experience about what's happening around you, and knowing that what's happening, and enjoy of what's going on. And when you see it, you understand what I'm saying. So before I let you all go, understand about this, enjoy about this reading, give this video a like as well. Give it a comment as well, and see if you like this, because it will give you a way of how you could do it and understand about that. So I hope that this is a good reading to you. I hope that it is, and enjoy, and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Have a good day to you all, and have a good day. Thank you very much. Bye for now. Really, bye.